I'll tell you one reason that I think Spire is worth my investment of time and energy in taking our team to participate in it is to put it bluntly, I feel like, First Peter says Satan is seeking whom he can devour, and he's trying to devour us by divisiveness. He's trying to devour us by discouraging us. He's trying to devour us by distracting us from what is the mission at hand. And we need all the opportunities we can get to rally together and just say, okay, this is who I am, this is what I'm called to, and I'm not alone and I'm not crazy. And you know what, I want to do everything I can to pour into Spire because I see the value it's adding to pastors who are lonely, to pastors who are like, man, they just need a gut check and a little encouragement, and they can get back out there on the front lines. And it's worth it. It's worth our best efforts. It's worth all of our prayers, and it's worth participating in because others need you too.
I am a guy who went to a hard church and had a really hard first decade of ministry, probably just like you. And the one thing that probably kept me going was getting to be around other people who were going through the same thing as me. And my first decade of ministry did not include a global pandemic. I just want to tell you the reason I love Spire, the reason I love what we're doing, and the reason why I will always be a part of it, even when I'm really, really old, is because we have to encourage each other as time goes on. And I don't think I would still be doing this today if I didn't have people coming around me back in the hard times, putting their hand on my back saying, hey man, you can do this. I've been there, you can do this. And I want to do that for you. We want to do that for each other. I hope you'll come.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for this week's SpireCast. Got Chris Jefferson, who is Executive Director for Spire, actually drives all the mechanics for making Spire happen, and Matt Reagan, who is driving our programming piece this year, and really excited about that. I can't believe we're a week away to Nashville, and holy cow, what a crazy, like since we last gathered in 19, we had a great kickoff conference in 19 in Orlando, and you guys were there. It just was electric and engaging, and a lot of great stuff came out of that. Connections with 3,000 or 4,000 pastors as a result, and then 2020 happens, and COVID, and we thought we were somehow getting that behind us, and we just had a wacky year this year. And so if you're leading in any aspect in ministry, it's just been insanely challenging. And, I'm looking forward to next week. We get together, we get to gather in Nashville. Nashville's a cool city, a lot of great Bible, talk about some of that. But mostly, I think we could come together and have someone get up and maybe Dave Stone get up and just tell, jokes for 2 days, and getting together is the thing that's going to be the big deal thing, right? And we got a great lineup of speakers and opportunities, but I think just getting together again is just going to be massive for us. And whether you do that with us physically or online, we'll talk about the digital opportunities too for next week. But guys, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, I think just that, Rick. I'm really excited. I love watching the connectivity. I love watching, pastors from all over, some who have not seen each other for many years, just being able to connect, being able to find that confidence in the relationships that they've had for all these years. It's been a long time since people even seen one another, right? In this context. So I think the opportunity to have some of those the great meetings, some of those great opportunities to collaborate together, some of those great chances to have lunch or a cup of coffee or something with another ministry leader that you haven't seen for a long time. I'm really excited to just see the way that people are able to connect.
Yeah, I'm excited. I remember coming in 2019, right? I remember walking in the door. I remember the layout was different, the feel was different, and I remember seeing like all of the just so many leaders, and I just thought, it's condensed. This feels like our tribe, even the format that we've tried to keep this week, just keeping things short and moving, but keeping the power in it, and creating conversations, and then moving from kind of I keep saying we've all had our fill of conferences, but it's bigger when we get to the connection time. I remember being in Orlando and just being under one roof, just the power in that the amount of people I ran into in 3 days blew my mind, and it was powerful. So I'm looking forward to that. The programming is going to be, the people coming to speak is going to be awesome. The people are going to be there, going to be awesome. It's our people. So I'm excited. I love getting us together.
Well, since we're talking about who's going to be there, Matt, just give us the outline, give us the highlight stuff. I'd love to. Your heart around this has just been awesome. I love every time we've been together and listened to you talk about who you're getting lined up and how things are coming together.
Yeah. So, so we all got together and just said, what's it look like leading forward? Like nobody, doesn't matter if you've been in the game for 40 years or you've been in the game for 2 years, no one has been through what we're going through right now. And so what is it going to look like leading forward? And so we're leaning into that, right off the bat. We've got Judd Wilhite coming in. I'm excited. He's going to talk about leading when you can't see it. And that's the reality. No matter how good of a leader you are right now, the reality is none of us saw what was coming. And even right now, we can make some good guesses, but how do you lead when you can't see? And so we're kind of breaking the days up into 3 sessions. The first is how do we lead forward while navigating the past? That first day we're going to dive in. We've got Savannah Kimberlin from Barna talking about the state of the church, but she's not going to make us just depressed. She's going to talk about what is, and then what are we seeing that, let's just put our finger on, and that hurt, that it is what it is. But what are the other things? What's God doing in his church? We've got a friend of ours, Mike Cosper. So many people that listen to Who Killed Mars Hill right now. And a lot of our young bucks, as we call them here, are listening and trying to figure out what's this mean for the church. And we've got him. We're going to have a little dialogue on what does it mean to have a platform, and how do we what's been happening around us. We've got Kevin Queen from there in Nashville. I'm excited about a little bit. We got a little bit of surprise around Kevin that we're going to share. He's just going to talk about the state of the pastor. And if you don't know Kevin, right before all of this hit, his entire building got hit by a tornado. And that's before COVID even started. And so, can't wait to hear from him. Craig Groeschel is going to come in and just going to talk about winning the battle in our mind. I don't know that any of us have had so many challenges just mentally getting our minds wrapped around and leading in these seasons. So the first day we're going to really talk about, we're going to lean back and we're just going to say, okay, what in the world just happened? How do we as pastors get our minds around it? How do we lean into it? Then really, the second day on Wednesday, we're gonna talk about leading forward. How do we engage the president? So we kind of broke it up. We just said, okay, like today, what do we do today? What do we know that no matter what's coming and no matter what's happened, what are we going to anchor ourselves in, and what are the rhythms we're going to lead out of. And so we got Darren Whitehead from there in Nashville, a great guy. He's going to talk about worship and just the anchor of worship. How do we as pastors do that? What does that look like? Dave Clayton, you're going to love him. So many people don't know him yet, but another guy in Nashville that is just a unique voice, and also is so connected to just hundreds and hundreds of pastors there in Nashville. And we're going to hear him talk about unity. Mark Moore is going to talk to us about the word and what happens, because unity sounds easy until you start holding the word up, and then all of a sudden there's this dynamic that starts happening. And then Dr. John Walker, who has been pastoring the pastors for a long time, going to talk to us about having an undivided heart when a lot of our hearts have been literally wrecked. And so how do we do that? So then we're going to lean into, Rick, we've got excited to have Candace McQueen in, she's a lot of people don't know her, but she's going to be a great voice speaking in. Tyler Sandstrom talking about digital ministry, Rusty George, and everything he's done. I'm going to get too long, but I am excited.
You're good.
Lost, Drew Sherman, Raising Up Leaders, Ephraim Smith, Staying in Our Pain, and then the last day we're going to lean into, okay, now let's just talk about the future. Where do we need to set our hearts? Where do we need to set the aim as a church? And so you're going to hear from people like Rich Velatis and Will Mancini and Beth DeFazio and Hollerin' Hill, which you don't know, but you're going to love him. Triple H and Not the Wrestler, and Shadonke Johnson out of West Africa. He's going to surprise you. You're going to love it. Jonathan Bakluta. And then Tim Harlow, the statesman, is going to finish us out and is going to give us a charge. So we're just going to talk about leading forward into the future. So I'm excited. It's going to be a little bit of the past. It's going to be a little bit of where can we put our anchors. But I think there's going to be enough conversation that no matter who you are, you're going to walk away from a session every time with a conversation about my heart, a conversation about my church. And I think it's going to be great. So I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited.
What I love most about Spire is kind of the focus, really. In fact, we even say to anybody who's coming on as a sponsor or an exhibitor there, we keep it really low, the number of people just participating that way. But we say, hey, if you're not helping the pastor or the pastor's team or the pastor's church, we're no need for you to come to this conference. So, and Chris has really been helping drive some of that. Chris, you've been leading in on the huddles, and I love the concept of the huddles and the breakouts. Those are two different things. You want to kind of talk about the difference in those two and what we're doing with those?
Yeah, really, really excited just about the number of additional voices that we get to be able to hear from and to glean from. Mark Kitts and his fabulous team have really been working on setting up the huddle speakers and huddle leaders. There's just a ton of folks that are leaning into those times. But one of the things that we made a change with this year was really starting the conference a little earlier. So the very first session starts at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So plan to come and be a part of things early, because right after that golf outing that happens on Tuesday morning, the main session starts, right? The first session starts. It's going to be just a short 1 hour main session, and then we get right into our breakouts. And that gives us a chance to really see there's 8 different breakouts. When we talk about there being something for every team member on the local church staff, the breakouts and the huddles are really that time to sort of divide and conquer with the team, and everybody bring back and glean something that they can share with the group. The breakouts are going to be on Tuesday, and it's going to be a way to immediately start to connect with people, immediately start to jump in. There are 8 different breakouts. They're 50 minutes long, the breakouts. So you get to pick 2, right? If you've looked over the breakouts, you just thought, oh man, there's so many things here I want to go to. It's okay. You get to pick 2, and then get the opportunity to have a variety of those things, and then grab dinner, come back for the main evening session that we'll do. And breakouts will be, I think, a great part of that first day. Then huddles will happen on Wednesday. You have to sign up for a huddle. If you haven't yet had the opportunity to sign up for a huddle, go to spire.network and look under the events there and find huddles so that you can sign up for a particular huddle. We have, I think, nearly 60 60% participation right now in huddles, which means a lot of you haven't signed up yet, but there are a lot of people who have, and so we're really excited about the 13 different huddles that Mark and his team have put together. Again, something for every single staff person at the local church, whether it's children's ministry, whether you're in discipleship ministry, executive pastors, strategic planning, all of those different things. There's something specifically that's designed for you. So we're really excited about sort of the deep dive that huddles will provide, and then the first out of the box opportunity that really the breakouts are going to give us to start thinking deeply about several different topics. Looking forward to both of those times.
Yeah, and one of the big differences, breakouts are great because they're topic oriented and a chance for you to go and there's stuff about, what are we doing in the digital church space? What's this look like now post COVID? All of them are going to be talking about, coming out of what we've just experienced, what those look like. And the huddles are really geared to connect you with your peers, people who are in the same lane of ministry that you're in. And it's not all just information. There's some great presenters in those, but they'll present for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. And then you'll have others you're gathered around a table with a local kind of expert who will help guide the conversation. And it's really designed for us to co-create what's coming next in content and opportunity. And so whereas the breakouts are like a workshop kind of thing, and the huddles are really relationally driven in a lane that you're swimming in. So looking forward to those two things. We're also going to, there's some other events. There's an after party on Tuesday night. That's always kind of a ton of fun just to get to know some people, to be right there. We're at the Gaylord in Nashville, at Gaylord Opryland. It's a great property under one roof again. So it's a big property. So bring your Wayfinder with you because you're probably going to need that. But it really will be. There's a lot to take advantage of there at the hotel as well. So we eat on site. We're staying on site. Really love the opportunity to be under that roof. Chris, we're going to have a digital opportunity as well for those who can't get there to Nashville. You want to share that?
Yeah, a couple little things about that. If you want to go ahead and go to the App Store and download the SpireCon app. This is specifically the conference app. We're going to be updating that and continuing to make adjustments to it right up until the conference starts. But you can get ahead of the game by downloading that. That's the first digital piece of homework that you can do. If for some reason you aren't able to actually attend, or somebody who's not able to attend, we still want to be able to make our main sessions available to anybody that wants to participate. So we've created a Spire virtual experience. You can find that on the website as well at spire.network, and then look for virtual experience. It simply gives you the opportunity to be able to log on from wherever you are at. If COVID has been a particular issue, if travel has been difficult, if budgets have been difficult, we want everybody who has the opportunity to participate to be able to participate. So check out the virtual experience. It's available. And then also, we're really excited to be able to take our first step in Spire Global, where we are making those main sessions available to missionary leaders and missionary workers all around the world. So in our virtual conference in 2020, we were excited to see that more than 14 different countries, leaders in 14 different countries participated outside the United States. And so we're really trying to be very intentional in helping all global and international leaders find a way to be able to connect the Spire Conference this year through the Spire Global initiative. If you want to check that out, spire.network, and look under Spire Global, it tells you exactly what to do. We're really excited about that. There's a few other events that are exciting, I think, for people as well. Everybody enjoys coming to play golf if you're a golfer, right? So the golf outing that happens on Tuesday morning, something you can still sign up for. There's a few spaces that remain. So please, if you're interested in the golf outing, jump on that. Rick mentioned the party that'll happen on Tuesday night in the Delta Island. We've intentionally tried to make this more of a connective opportunity. People want to talk, people want to get together. And so it'll be a little bit more low key, a lot of great hors d'oeuvres, a lot of great food, a lot of great refreshments, but really an opportunity for us to find the chance to be together. And then we're going to have a premiere film. We're premiering a great new film about the life of C.S. Lewis called A Most Reluctant Convert. Doesn't come out until either October or November, but they're actually premiering the film for us on Wednesday night at Spire Conference. So we're really excited excited about the chance to see this great new film. Lots of exciting things. And then the last day, Intentional Churches is going to do sort of a post conference where we're able to apply all the things that we've learned as a team, individually, on how does life look different now because we've been a part of Spire Conference. So all of those great opportunities to take advantage of. A lot of those are available for additional information on spire.network.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for the question. No need to sign up for breakouts. Those are just like come and show the huddles just so we know how to plan on space and how many in each room and some of the refreshments that'll be available there. But so looks like you're all set to go on the huddles. Hey, we are really looking forward to next week, praying for everybody. Praying that God uses this experience. Here's what I know. I know there'll be some of us who come and man, we are leaning into this next season with all we got. And there's some of us who are coming who are looking for that exit ramp. And no matter where you are in between those two places, a chance to come. Some of you come, and we're going to be encouraged, and some of us are going to come and be encouragers, and probably a bit of both for all of us. So can't wait to see you, Matt, Chris. Last word from either of you guys.
Yeah, I'll go first. I can't say enough. I was listening to the huddles and breakout stuff, and I was just literally down this weekend in Amarillo, Texas, with Tommy Politz in Hillside Church, and I can't emphasize enough. It's why my heart's in this is because I just think there's something powerful to us still getting together, hitting those sessions early and not waiting till the end of the week to say, man, I wish I would have connected with, or I wish I knew, or to just come back with information. We keep saying it's about the Spire family. It's about these dynamic churches with dynamic people. Here I am in Amarillo this weekend, Hillside and our church. We got together doing an outdoor outreach event for all Latinos. Thousands of people came, literally. A bunch of people came to Christ because two churches. It didn't really have anything to do with either one of us, but because we got together and two churches that are like-minded just said, let's just do this. And so here I was in Amarillo this weekend because our church, we've just got these dynamic churches and relationships. And I'm just begging people, come to the conference, but be a part of the family. Be a part of the family. We need you. In this team, this family to kind of connect. So that's what I'm excited about.
Such a rich history that Spire Network has, although it's only been called Spire Network for a few short years. Just the history of us getting together, of us being able to connect with one another. This is our thing. And so I'm really excited about the opportunity to meet with so many leaders and to connect and to refuel one another. If you haven't had the opportunity to register and you're not going to be able to join us in Nashville, go on, try to get the virtual experience connected. It's going to be important that you be able to hear some of these great leaders, that you'll be able to hear some of these great discussions that'll be happening. But if you're not able to do the virtual experience, would you pray? Would you pray for Spire Conference? Would you pray for all of the connections that'll be happening? Will you pray for the leaders? Will you pray for the outpouring of unity and love that we are hoping to find at this place? Will you pray for the forward movement that God has for our church? And would you just spend some time taking it to the Lord in prayer, that it be a tremendous conference, a tremendous opportunity for so many leaders to be refueled, re-energized, and to be able to continue to grow and to move right where they're at in the churches that they serve at every day.
And just one last thought, just the technical piece. Love to have you involved, engaged, and the hotel's been working with us on all the COVID stuff, and I think we're going to be in a great place and have a great week. See you in Nashville, either online or digital next week. Take care. God bless.